Hey, hi Odoo people, I'm Fred. Here we go again. Let's get it started for another live session of support. And this session will be about the functional part of Odoo. Whoever you are, whether you are a new or experienced user, you might have one or a couple of questions about Odoo. I will be there to help during 3 hours. So just use the chatter you have at the bottom to communicate with me, and I will take the questions as they come, and I will demonstrate, I will showcase Odoo live to answer your questions. So I'm waiting for the first questions to come. Okay, we have the first watchers joining us today. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Odoo is a worldwide tool we are used from pretty much everywhere in the world. Yeah, we have Daniel from South Africa. We have Luis as well, maybe from Spain, Portugal, or South America. I don't know. So yeah, please join us today and ask your functional questions. So as I said, this is gonna be a functional sessions about anything. All the apps will be covered. Well, I'll try to answer all the questions you have on any apps. And if the question is a bit more complex, I will redirect you through the good support channel so that you have the answer to your questions. Okay, we have people from Sri Lanka and Asia too. Yeah. Welcome everybody. So we'll be on air for 3 hours of live support, and this is entirely free. So whether you ask 1 or 10 questions, I mean, you will pay the same price. It's free. Okay, well, good. We have the first questions coming up from Alex. Welcome, Alex. If I connect the Postbox with a POS terminal and scale using USB, and I choose a product from POS, for instance, an apple, and I put the apple on the scale, will the weight automatically appear in the POS? Yeah. Let me take my my button here that I can press. If it's easy. Yes, indeed. That was an easy question, because the answer is yes. You connect the scale to the Postbox. In the configuration of your point of sale applications, you will so don't forget to select the scale. So let me open up the configuration of my point of sale. Here, of course, I check the Postbox. And yes, you simply check this option, electronic scale, and everything will work in a smooth fashion. And of course, the scale and the price will be automatically computed from the weight given by the scale. So yes, you can have a try. You can order the Postbox online. So for other watchers, I will show you how to order this POS box that helps you use the point of sale application to sell in shops in an integrated manner with all your devices, the cash box, the scale, the printer, etc., etc. So you simply go to the point of sale app. I will have it for shops, for instance, and in the app's description, here you've got the description of all the features for the shops, for the restaurants, and you've got the compatible hardware. Here is the description of the so-called POS box. You can buy it from here. You can also see all the compatible devices. Here, the barcode, the scale, the cash register, and the receipt printers, etc. So you can either buy the full package, all the devices, or specific devices with the Postbox. We also have a card reader, especially for the North American market. And this card reader is working with the Ventive payment provider. Okay, let me go back to the question. So, Alex, for any other questions about the POS and the POS, the POS box, yeah, just use the chatter as you did. Capilla Casturi is asking, is there any way to separate showroom without warehouse? Let me think about your question. So I think you like to create different locations. So one location for your showroom where you would have some pieces of your inventory there. So yes, you can actually manage a warehouse with multi locations. The way to do it is easy. So going to my inventory application, you go to configuration, the settings, and there you will find an option for location. So let me type a keyword, which is location. Bam, here it is. Storage location. So I would like to manage several locations in my warehouse. I save it to apply this to install this this functionality, and then you can just click this button, the location link that you have here, to set up all your locations. Let me scroll this down. Yes, clicking locations. Here are basically all the locations used in my demo environment. So you can create your own locations this way by clicking the print button. Your showroom will actually be an internal location, so I don't have to change that. That's pretty much it. It's all I need. It's a name for my location. Yes, I can actually put a parent, which will be the stock. So the showroom will be a part of your stock. So here is the main warehouse location that you have in your system with the initials of the warehouse / the name of the location. I do save it, and this is actually now part of my warehouse structure, and I can send products there using the operations. So I hope it answers your questions. I'll let you try this out and come back to me for any extra question. Daniel, welcome Daniel. Please, can you show us how the CRM gamification works? We don't have much documentation on that. Can you demo something quickly? So you have to know that the gamification tool is, so it's an official module of Odoo, but it's a bit advanced, meaning that in a way that you need to configure it, and the configuration is made in a programmation language. So let me take a look at that. I'm not sure it's installed in my demo environment. I will check this out now. Gamification, yes, it's installed. So now I should find the gamifications. Where is it again? Because I haven't played with this application in a while. So let me get back on it. Yeah, that's the live support. So I take the questions as they come without any trick. So it might happen that I need a few seconds or a few minutes to fall back on my feet. But I'm gonna try, and if I don't find the way to use it, I will redirect you to the support, and someone else will take this up and will provide you all the needed information. So once this installed, I know the gamifications were with the employees, where you can define the challenges and stuff. So when the gamification installed, you will find the configuration items in both the employees application and maybe in the settings. Translation. No, it used to be like that, so now I guess it has been all merged to the employees, which is actually easier. So basically you've got the challenges. I think it's the main thing to set up is the challenges. For instance, here is a sales challenge that you will set up for a set of users. Let's take this. So at first, you need to assign the challenge to a group of users. So here it looks a bit technical, but you can filter on any other filter of your database. So here is to select basically the users on which the rules will be applied, and then you set up the mode. Is it a monthly goal? Is it an annual goal? A weekly goal? You can also define objectives for specific people, or manage a ranking in between people. So to manage the sales levels in a sales team with a ranking tab. And then within a challenge, you've got the goals to reach. For instance, here having a total invoice which is higher than $20,000. And then you've got the goals and the rewards. So for good achievers, for good users, you'll give them a reward. For instance, here is a badge that you can grant to the users. Some advanced options that you have here, and that's pretty much it. So basically all the goals can be followed right here. So under challenges, goals history. So here is the current status of the goals in progress, and I can see that the total invoice for administrator is a bit more than $1,000 out of 20,000. Okay, and then all the employees can see that too, and they can compare to each other and improve their score. Okay, so once the module installed, you basically go there. We provide some demo data for CRM and sales. So I advise you to rely on that to get started with this module. Okay. For any other question, don't hesitate to get back to me or to send an email to our support team. But yes, and actually it's kind of advanced as a module, because the configuration of challenges can be super complex, because you can basically play with any object of your database, and it's a bit technical to play with that. So you need to understand some technical concepts of Odoo. For instance, here are the default goals that you have as demo data in the system, where we have things about the system configuration, but also let me take a look at all the things. You've got a lot of goals about the leads qualification or opportunities qualification, the number of sales orders or invoices recorded, and things like that. But yeah, and as you can see, the configuration of a goal itself is a bit technical. So at first, I would advise you to rely on the default goals provided by the system. Okay. For the other watchers, so long story short, gamification tool is a generic tool we use in Odoo to give objectives to users throughout any application, and to follow the results and the scores based on the achievements. Okay, I go on with the questions. I hope it answers your question, Daniel. Any Albana is joining us. Do you have a Docker file for enterprise? No, we don't have that Docker file. Yeah, it doesn't tell me anything. No. Could you please elaborate on your question, Annie? So Ivo Verlac is asking, as a reseller, I sell software. I buy them in USD currency and sell in Europe or other countries. I want to use the customer currency and receive payments on foreign currency account. Is it possible? That was easy. Yes, that's an easy question, because the answer is yes, yes, Yes. And Odoo is fully multi-currency. You can buy and sell products in lots of currencies. You can and you can manage transactions in several currencies. Let me give you some hints about that. At first, let's take a look at the settings, where everything is gathered. Let me type this keyword currency. Yes, and here are the different options that you have to manage operations in several currencies. At first, you can choose the multi-currencies option. So by default, you've got the currency of your company, depending on your country. On top of that, you can add other currencies. Yes, so you can turn this on. I also turn on the price list. The price list I use to sell in different currencies to your customers, depending on where they are located. Yes, so I will save those two options before moving forward. Yeah, good. The questions are pouring down. We're going to have a good afternoon today. That's good. It's going to be challenging. All right. So once this saved, let's take a look at the currencies that you can install in the system. So basically, all the currencies of the world are already there. We have more than 168 currencies. By default, only yours is activated, but you can, by selecting one, you can simply click this button to activate it. Let's have the euro, but I think the euro will be installed, the USD as well. Let's have the pound. Yeah, the GBP is not yet activated. I'll simply click this button to activate it. Then to change the exchange rate, I will click this button. This way I'll do it manually, but we have options to update currency rates in an automatic fashion. How to do so? I'll get back to the settings using this breadcrumb. Yes, here you've got the option to automatically update the currency rates. You can change the service provider to do so. We've got Yahoo, the European Bank, the tax administration in Switzerland, and the Mexican bank. So let's use Yahoo. The interval will be daily, for instance. So I would like to update my currency rates on a daily basis, and the next run will be on the 18th of November. So this is only about the configuration part, and as you can see, it's really easy and seamless to use several currencies. Now let's talk about the operations and basically the sales. So in your questions, you wanted to to sell in other currencies. So we have the so-called price list that I already installed in my settings. You will find the price list under the product catalogs, and the price list I use to adapt your prices in different currencies. And here they are. I've got some demo data with USD prices, Euro prices, etc. And basically here I'll have my Euro prices. To set up those prices, you can open up a product. Let's have the membership, for instance. And under this pricing tab, you can select all your pricing. Euro. So the price in euro will be, yes, 599. The price in USD will be, 579. A bit less in USD. So that's about the pricing configuration. Then going to a sales order, I'll have my customer. at first you can select the pricing manually in the sales order, but you can also have this pricing automatically adapted to your customer. How to do so? Simply open up the customer and assign a price list to him. Sales price list. So this customer is based in Europe. I will then apply the Europe pricing, then selecting a product. I think it was the membership that I think, was it the basic? Yes. And as you can see here, I get the pricing the price set up for this currency. This is basically how it works when it comes to applying your prices to through several currencies. All right, so I'll let you play with that a little bit. For any other questions, come back to me. Okay. Yeah, there are so many questions. I need to catch up a bit. Already, James Rimmel, good morning. Good afternoon, good morning. I don't know exactly where you're located. Welcome. Is it possible to link sales order or manufacturing order to the projects module and manage the sales order MO progress in a visual way through the project modules? The answer is no, because both modules, speaking of projects and manufacturing have different purposes. The goal of project management is to handle the delivery of services. For instance, you sell consulting or maintenance things. This will be managed through the Kanban view of the project management. So going to project management, I have to install it actually. Yes, through project management, you will manage tasks within projects, and those tasks are mainly about service operations. On the other side, you have manufacturing the manufacturing orders, and those are used to put components together and build a finished product. This is mainly linked to the inventory and the use of components, but. So going to a project for a quick view of the features. So in the project management, we have a dashboard with different projects, and within each project, you have tasks that you can move easily from one stage to another. You can create new stages very easily. So review process, a review step. Let's add a review step, for instance. Yes, I had it. I can easily move this stage through my pipeline, and then I can drag and drop tasks from one stage to another very easy. But that's mainly for service things. So, because in the task you can add a description, you can assign the task to someone, set a deadline, etc. But there is no product management in it. And then when you want to manage the production, where you put components together to assemble them in a finished product, you'll be using the manufacturing orders, which is not yet installed either. And in manufacturing order, you won't have a Kanban view to manage your manufacturing orders, but you will have it, I think, to manage your work orders, which are the steps of a manufacturing order. Right. So taking a look at the manufacturing module. So here it is. So here you've got all the manufacturing orders, and basically here the stage. Actually, you can't move one manufacturing to one stage to another like that, because the state of a manufacturing order depends on the status of the production. And to go through the different stages, you have to use the green buttons. So green, like my sweater. You click them to go through the steps. So at first, here are a manufacturing order to assemble a table, and here are the different components. Those show up in red, meaning that I don't have the sufficient stock to go through this production. So I have to replenish and wait for those products to be available in my inventory before moving forward. So here, that's why I've got a button to check the availability. In case of inventory mistake, I can still skip this step and plan the manufacturing order. And then, if you use the so-called work orders, we have an option in the settings to use work orders. Work order is an operation within the manufacturing order. For a table, it might be the assembling and then the painting. Those are two operations that can be managed through here. You'll have a menu for that. So let me turn this on so that I can better showcase this part. So I will install work orders and quality management. Okay. Every single work order will be set up within a routing. A routing is a set of work orders, a set of operations. And those routings will be called from the bill of materials. A bill of material is the link between a finished product, the final product, the table, and all the components. Okay, so here is the routing. Let's have the assembly line 1, for instance. I only have one step here. Okay, this one is better. For instance, in this routing, I have 3 operations: the packing, the testing, and the long-time assembly. I can call those routings in the bill of materials, which is the main master data that I have. And yes, within a bill of material, where I see the finished product and all the components, I can select a routing, and this routing will be applied to the related manufacturing orders. Okay, so getting back to the manufacturing orders, this one has already started. Yes, so I can start the work orders here. Let's have this one. Yes, and I can start processing. When clicking process, I'm redirected to a tablet screen. So it's a screen especially made for tablet and mobile devices, in order for work operators to process the operation. Here, as you can see, for every single operation, I can provide the workman with details, with guidelines. To do it, and then okay, I can do it and mark is this done. Yeah, here I should provide a serial number. Okay, I will skip that step, but just to show you the screen that you can use. So as you can see, everything is made for mobile and tablet devices. So your people in the manufacturing area don't need big computers to do so. I can score critical order. I can let's block. But I won't do that. Let's do a pause. Okay, and basically here are for the operator all the work orders that I have to process, which is kind of a dashboard with all the things to do. So to answer your question, so we don't use the project management screen, the Kanban view, where you can drag and drop tasks from one stage to another. But basically here, the stages of manufacturing order depend on the real work status, and this work status is actually changing based on the actions that you trigger and the buttons that you click. So basically, this is not something you have to customize. It's you've got standard stages like to do, waiting, in process, done, or cancelled. Okay, I move forward in the questions. I hope I give you here ideas about the modules, about new things of Odoo. And actually, this screen is nice because it's a brand new feature of this Odoo 11 version. Okay, I need to catch up, so I will be fast on the next question. If I skip yours, don't hesitate to put it back in the chatter. Yes, and James, yeah, I quickly go back to your question because I just noticed that I just answered partially to your questions. You can actually also you can indeed link a sales order to the project in a way that the service items that you sell in the sales application will create tasks in the project management. And the way to do so is easy. Taking a new product that I'm gonna call consulting. Under invoicing, let me first set this as a service. Under invoicing, okay, I missed something here because I need a timesheet app. Yeah, I don't have all the apps installed yet, so give me some time to do it. Here I'm installing timesheet to manage and record the time spent on your project task. And then now I'd like to show you how to link the sales app with the project management by creating project task automatically from a confirmed sales order. Consulting, is it? Did I create this? It's not consulting. Here is my product. This is a service that I will sell in a sales order. Under invoicing, I can now choose the service tracking option that I want. So I can either create a task in an existing project, in a new project, or I can create just a new project for the order line that I have. Okay, so you've got different modes, and using that, when you sell this product in a sales order, this will trigger the creation of a project or a task. This is actually the way to link both applications. But to do so, you need the timesheet, because this is all about time tracking. You create a task from a sales order, you record time spent on the task, and then on the sales order, you see what you have to, the time you have to invoice, and the remaining time to deliver that kind of metrics. So let's select a project here. I'll have this under research and internal gap analysis. Right. Then let's sell this product. I'll select consulting. The order quantity will be the number of hours I'd like to deliver. Also, you can, on the product, define the way you want to invoice this item. So is it based on ordered quantities, based on the timesheet or on task, or milestones? Here I will base it on the timesheet on task. So based on the time and material method. And I will sell 10 hours. I will confirm the sale. As you can see, a task is automatically created within my analysis project. Here it is. In this task, I see the sales order reference. Then, as an employee, I can encode the time I spend on the task. So here am I. I will spend 3 hours now. I will also assign this task to me. And going back to the sales order, yes, I can see that the delivered quantity in hours is 3. So the sales order is a perfect dashboard of my project in order to manage the billing. Okay, let's move forward and tackle another question. I think it's time and I need to catch up. Okay, I will start with from the latest question. So if I haven't answered your question, so feel free to put it back. So the question from Niaz Rafi is how to create reports using Odoo Studio. So in Odoo Studio we embed some tools to create new studios, but to design those reports, so the printed documents that you can print in Odoo, you'll have to do it in HTML. Let me install Studio because it's not yet there. So Odoo Studio is an application that you can use to customize your existing applications or create your own applications without any technical knowledge. So let's open up any screen. Here is the form view of a CRM opportunity. And the way to customize it with Odoo Studio is clicking this little icon that you have, the toggle studio. Here is the customization interface where I can easily drag and drop new fields within the interface in order to adapt and customize the Odoo for my own business. Okay, selecting this, I'll have a new field here about the expected timeline for the project, things like that. Okay. Using Odoo Studio, you can pretty much customize everything. You can customize the menu of your applications. You can customize the views. Here are, for instance, all the views of my opportunities, and I can just pick one and start customizing it. For instance, here the list view, I can add new fields, etc. So here are options to create new fields. I can also put existing fields of the database. Without any technical knowledge, it's just a drag and drop, so it couldn't be easier than that. On top of that, you can also create some automations, so create records based on specific conditions, send emails to customers when your opportunity is reaching a specific stage, things like that. And you also, as you were asking here, create or customize reports. So as you can see here, you can create a new report. Let's start with a preview. Yes, I will select here a format for my for my document, and then this is just the layout. If I want to move forward, I will have to customize it using HTML. So here are just the main information about the report. I will save this new report. Okay, my screen is frozen here anyway. Okay, here it is. And then can I see? Maybe I can't do it here. Or so the way to create this report in HTML is there. Yeah, there should be a link here. Anyway, I will show the old way to you. So I'll close Odoo Studio. I'll go to the settings. In the settings, I will install the developer mode. I think I need a developer mode to do so. Let me quickly go back to Odoo Studio and see the reports. Yes, and here, but I need it to be in developer mode. All right. Then I can click XML. And here is the code of my report. So to build up my my report, I need to use this HTML editor to do it. So that's the way. Okay. Okay. Next question from Luis Alberto. Do you know what happens once the POS reference order numbers run out? The ones like order 0001 run out. Yes, I think it. You will get an error message asking you. No, it's not an error message. It's a warning asking you for resetting the numbers. Or maybe it's actually it's a good question. I couldn't tell you because it might also. Normally it's sequential. It's sequential. You shouldn't have any issue. So once the 4 last digits are completed with 99999, it will impact the previous sequence and start a new count with the 2 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 2 etc. So the way it's set up is customizable. Maybe can I see it from the settings? I don't think. Yes. So here is the order reference that you can click and edit. Yes, but that's only about the orders and not the sequence, the reference number. Let me quickly go to the settings. With the sequences. All right, here they are. Let me find out for the post orders. Line main, is it that one? So here are basically all the sequences used for the POS application. So you can simply take the one you are talking about and check the way it's behaving. It's defined right here. Okay, next questions. Could you show how to create a custom inventory route? Yes, you installed the option in the inventory. Yeah, the multi-step routes. So basically, we use the routes as a series of as a way to manage the product flows in your warehouse. So basically, a route is a set of operations and a way to trigger those operations. I need a product somewhere. Okay, I trigger the replenishment, and the replenishment go through 3 steps. That's the goal of the routing. I will set routes on the warehouses. So here are the 3 warehouses of my company here. The routes are available here. At first, you have to know that the most business cases are already have predefined routes in the system. So taking a look at the configuration of a warehouse, you can see here the routing configuration for both incoming shipment and outgoing shippings. For instance, I can decide to receive products in 1 step and to deliver in 3 steps with a pick, pack, ship. And we'll have different operations created for every single step of the delivery. Okay, so and this piece of configuration is enough for most companies, because most companies work this way. So you don't even have to work on new routes. Then, if you want to have something really customized to your company, because those rules doesn't fit your processes, you click routes here and you create a new one. I advise you to start from existing routes and duplicate them so that you reuse the same logic. For instance, if you want to have something close to the make to order, you duplicate it and you adapt the rules a bit. A route is composed of two kinds of rules. A push rule is actually pushing products from one location to another. So I pick up products in one location, automatically I push them to another location. This is mostly used for quality control. You send products to quality control. Once done, you push them back to the stock. This is the push rules. Then you have the procurement rules or the pull rules. Pull rules means you need a product somewhere, you pick up elsewhere. Okay, I need 10 units in my stock. I trigger a replenishment from my supplier, or I trigger a replenishment from my inventory A. That's the goal of the procurement rules. And as you can see here, there are 3 different rules existing for this make-to-order route, because I have 3 different warehouses. Okay, so this is the way to create new routes. I won't go to the technical detail, because basically the only thing you have to do is at first checking at the options available here. I'm pretty sure that that your case will be covered here with the 1, 2, or 3 steps operations, and then you can go to the routes here to manage advanced cases. Also, because that's not it, in the configurations you'll find other options that are relying on specific routes. The drop shipping. The drop shipping, once installed, will create a new route for drop shipping. So I install it. This will add a brand new route that you will be able to use on your products or in your sales orders. Okay, this is now installed. So going to my warehouse, I will find a new route for the drop shipping. Where is it? It's not there. Anyway, it will be available at the product, so it doesn't matter. Yes, because this route is actually specific. It's generic for all the warehouses, so it's normal that I don't see there. Now going to my products, I can apply it to a particular one. As you can see here, I've got the drop shipping. I check it, and this will be automatically applied to my process. So when I sell this product, I will request my vendor, my supplier, to deliver straight to my customer without any intermediate step in my warehouse. That's the purpose of the drop shipping. Also, you can actually use this route on demand for a specific customer order. And the way to do so is from the settings. You can check this option, the order specific routes. So this option is to manage kind of exception scenarios where you would like to, for instance, to drop ship in a particular case, in a specific case. And not all the time. Okay, now going to a sales order, I'll be able to select a route on my sales order line. So if I really want, so this is a stockable, this is a service, so it doesn't make sense. Let's have a product instead. Okay, I would like this graphic card to be directly delivered from my vendor to my customer. Okay, I will select the drop shipping here and process the order. And then you will see this sales order will create a purchase order, and in the purchase order you will see that the delivery address is not your warehouse, but the customer. Right, I hope I answer your question. Let me go back to the question. So that was the question of Jordan Lay. Okay, Mahmoud Fazi is asking, can I make invoice depend on sales order task? In projects, when I make some task, we can issue invoices for that. Yes, and I already demonstrated that through the sales order. So you'll create a sales order for to sell the service to your customer. This will create some task on which you'll be recording the time spent with the timesheets. On the sales order, you will see the hours that you can invoice, and you will find the orders as listed to be invoiced under sales, invoicing, orders to invoice. And basically here you'll find all the sales order with at least one order line that is ready for invoicing. And here it is. For instance, here I have delivered 3 hours that I can already invoice at the end of the month. For instance, if I've contracted a monthly billing with my customer, and then I will create invoice. And all of this is based on what I did in the project management. And as I said, but I show it again because that's actually the main point. The main thing to set up, it's at the product. Everything is managed at the product level and the way you manage the invoicing. So going to invoicing, you will set both the way you want to invoice and the way you want to track the time spent for the service part. And both are, of course, directly related. Okay, so Mahmoud, I hope it answers your questions. Yeah, feel free to get back to me if not. Uzefa Khan have an issue to send mail to manager for leave request. Yes, but what is your issue exactly? Because in your case, the manager should be a follower of the leave request and should be automatically notified when a leave request is created. So it's not an issue with emails, it's likely an issue with the followers. And by default, the followers of the leave request are the managers of the employees. So I go to employees, I will have here one employee where you can define a co-manager, and I think it's this guy. Yes. So you simply set a manager for Antoine, and when creating a leave request for that employee, this manager will be automatically notified. Okay, I'm picking up the next question. So it's still from Mahmoud. How to manage packages for products? Well, it's quite broad as a question because we have many functionalities to manage packaging. We have features for the sales process, we have features for the delivery, and we have features for the manufacturing. So we have different kinds of features, but you will find all of them in the settings. Simply typing package. All right. So you've got this in the sales module, and you've got this in inventory. So when it comes to sales, the packages are used to sell items in combo. For instance, if you want to sell a box of 24 bottles, for instance, that kind of cases will be managed through the packages in the sales app. I open up the product. Under inventory, you can set the packaging. So let's take the bottles, for instance. Yeah, Coke. Do I have Coke? Coca? No, I don't have. Water? No. Okay. So let's create a product for water bottles. Under inventory, I can create packages. So 6-pack. The product is my water. Wait a minute. Let me save it first. The system should be smarter here. 6 packs. Alright, this water. The quantity by package is 6. I can set a specific barcode so that when I sell, in my sales order, I can sell in 6-pack or by unit. And the quantity per package is 1. So that's the packaging for sales. You can also use the packaging with the delivery carriers. So let's take a look at my delivery orders. Here are my delivery orders with 42. Yes, you can put some items in pack. And if you integrate Odoo with delivery carriers, DHL, USPS, the Post, etc., you can put your products in different packs and print a shipping label for every single pack. So you put one. Let me edit this to I'm likely in the barcode interface where I'm supposed to do it with the barcode. Yeah, but anyway, so you manage the you select the I think I have to validate. Yes, I could do that. So you put the quantity that you want to put in the pack, and you click put in pack, and that's it. So it's a way to split up a delivery in different packs. Okay. Next question: how to make a reminder by SMS? I think we do have SMS for. We do have SMS reminder, but I don't remember how to set this up. Employee reminder. Yeah, so I can't answer this question. I think we have something in standard, but I don't remember exactly why. So feel free to ask your question to the support or to Google it, Mahmoud. Okay, next question. Gregory is asking, I wonder one thing, where is your mustache? Yes, I didn't shave my beard, so yeah, sorry guys. I kept my beard, and I this year seems like I don't attend the Movember thing. Yeah, sorry guys. Next question. Daniel, we have set up 2-step shipping route, pick plus ship, but we want to track goods in transit, where goods are on the delivery truck to be delivered to customer. How do we set up and add the in-transit route? I think what you can do is first create a location for that. So do we have thing for transit? By default, I don't know. So we have default locations for transit. You just need to use them in the routes. You have, so in a pick pack ship route, you have to insert such a location, I guess. So here is a pick pack ship. with the 3 different steps. And yeah, I guess that the source location would be this. And then let's imagine this step would be about putting in the truck. You will be selecting the transit. Your transit location. Yes. Things like that. So you just need to use this location in an existing route. Or you can create a new procurement rule with a new step. MT, next question. MT is asking, is there a page in documentation showing widgets available for binary fields? So this is a functional session. We are not talking here about customizing and the technical side of Odoo. So here basically I couldn't answer your question. We have of course a broad documentation for both technical and functional aspects. Simply going to odoo.com, docs. Yes, you've got the training center to get certified, to become a certified partner. You've got the certification questions, the user guides. So for the functional aspect, you've got also the developer docs. And this is likely something you can find here. Okay, I go to the next question. Alexandru is asking, hi, how can I see user accounts created in website and how can I manage them? Okay, that's a good question. So basically, I guess you are talking about the customer accounts created for by your website visitors. So when buying products on the e-commerce website, people can create the account to follow up the order, the invoices, the delivery, etc. So here is my my customer account with my quotations, sales orders, invoices, etc. Okay. So I was actually suggested to create my account. This we have different modes to manage the creation of so-called portal accounts. I go to my website settings. You've got here, where is it? The customer account with 2 different modes. A locked mode, the B2B, where you send portal invitations on demand. You send them by email from the list of contacts, or you let the visitors do a free sign up. So they go to the website, they click sign up, and they create the account. Yes, is this last mode that is applied here. And so basically, whenever a customer signs up, a user account is created into Odoo with, of course, limited access rights, because they only have, such customers only have access to their own documents through the website. They don't have access to your management interface. And all those accounts are actually visible under the users. You will notice that in the users, I have an internal users filter. If I remove it, I will find all my customer accounts. And of course, those users don't have any access to the system. They just have limited portal accounts. So basically, there is nothing to do about it, except if you want to customize the portal accounts and give those such people more access rights. Okay, so still Alexandru is saying, I've created one user account on the website, logged in, and when I click the shop page, it gives me an internal error. Yes, it shouldn't. So if you still encounter the issue, you should send us an email, and our support team will investigate. So I think it's a good time to speak a bit about the support at Odoo. So our team will help you anytime. if on a simple request sent from odoo.com/help. So go there, enter your name, your credentials, you select the kind of Odoo editions that you are using. You enter the database name, for instance, if you are online user, and then you explain the problems, if possible with screenshots or videos showing the issues, and we'll have a support representative checking that in no time, within 1 or 2 open days. Okay, so go to odoo.com/help for any error or misunderstanding, error message that you stumble upon. Yeah, anything that is kind of troublesome or that you don't understand. Bugs as well. Okay, you can use this channel to report them to us for fixing. Mahmoud, next questions. It seems like Mahmoud is really active today. Okay, it's good to see. How to cancel a POS order? I'm not sure that you can, or if you can only do it in the backend for to manage exceptions. But for sure, you can't do it from the point of sale, from the touch screen interface. On the touch screen interface, what you can do is reverse the transaction by registering a negative transaction to balance the order you would like to cancel. That's the way people do at the cash desk. But then I think that, yeah, for any reason that you like to cancel this order, you can go to orders. Can you cancel them? Not sure. No, here you can return products because it has been posted. But I think you still have a cancel button if the session is not yet closed. So before the accounting to be posted. But it's only from the back end. You can't do it from the front end. On the front end, you reverse the transaction. Okay, new attendee now. Gerhard, it's your first question. Welcome. How can I change the price of a subscription product for a new period? I don't want to sell a new product or subscription, just increase the price for the new period. I think it's kind of straightforward. You should go to that subscription and change the price directly in the subscription. That will update the price for the very next invoice. Let me show this to you. Yeah, at first I will install subscription. For other watchers, so the subscription module is to manage the recurring invoicing. Yeah, so phone plans, subscriptions, yeah, anything like that. You have this module to trigger a monthly or annual invoicing in an automatic fashion. And this can be created from sales orders. So if you sell a subscription product in a sales order, you will have a subscription created to manage the recurring invoices on a weekly, monthly, or annual basis. Here is a subscription in progress. So let's imagine you like to change the price for the very next invoice. Well, you go here and you simply change the price. That way, so you won't impact the current invoices, of course, but at least the very next one will take this price update into account. And then you save. So there is nothing else to save or things like that. No, you just edit the ongoing subscription. Okay, next question. Okay, still Mahmoud. How to give partial access rights to my users? All the access rights can be managed from the settings. You go to users, user right. I'll have my colleague here, the demo user. And for every single application, you can simply change the access rights. It goes from user to manager. A user has access to the system, but he can't configure anything. He can just use the application. A manager, on the other hand, he can use the system. He can also customize it. He can set it up. And he can also access to the reporting. So if I go to the sales, for instance, here a sales user will see the orders menu, the invoicing menu. He will see the catalog, but he won't be able to create new products. So this right is only given to managers. He won't have access to the reporting. It's because reporting is a manager feature, and he won't have access to the configuration. So basically, we'll be able to use it and not to configure it. That's basically the difference between user and manager. And we have, we have such configuration for pretty much all the modules, users and managers. Okay, so Obra is asking, what is the reason for the error when duplicating a box after installation? Oh, I can't help you like that. I need more details. But since you are talking about an error, I would rather advise you to contact our support at odoo.com/help. So you go to odoo.com/help, you fill in the form, in a few seconds you put a screenshot or a video showing the problem, you give us our credentials, so your database name, and we'll be with you. So we'll have someone checking that very quickly. Okay, this was the last question I had in my list so far. So I'm waiting for the for new questions to come up. Yeah. So if I haven't answered your question yet, so feel free to put it back in the chatter so that I can resume there. Hello, Dominic, you are asking, hello, can Odoo be coupled with Amazon Seller Central? Yes, we have a few Amazon connectors available on the App Store. So if you go to apps.odoo.com, we do have a few connectors developed by the community about Amazon. Here they are. So here are all the connectors available for Odoo. So you can check them and compare, check the ratings, etc. And you'll be able to install them on the community version, enterprise version, and on Odoo SH. So if you start an online database, you won't be able to install community modules. So you'll have to deploy odoo.sh instance. So odoo.sh is a brand new service provided by Odoo in order to manage the development and the hosting of customized environments. Okay, so here is the link. Today it's brand new. We've just launched this platform 1 month ago with Odoo 11, and it helps you manage the development and the deployment of customization or community modules on the cloud, which was not possible before. So if you want to use Odoo on the cloud with such community modules, go to odoo.sh. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this session so far. For the new watchers joining us now, welcome everybody. I'm Fred, a consultant here at Odoo, and we are live today for 3 hours live session of support on the functional aspects of Odoo. So you might be a new user discovering Odoo for the first time, or you might be an experienced user. You likely have some questions about the Odoo functionalities. Fred, I would like to import my products for my website. How do I do that? Anything about Odoo functionalities, I'm there to help for another 1 hour at least. So just use the chatter to communicate with me, and I will pick up the questions as they come, and I will answer live. Well, I will try. I'll do my best to do so. If I can't answer, I will redirect you to the most appropriated support channel to have your question answered. All right, next question of Ivo about product variants. We haven't talked about product variant yet today. Imagine a software product with several user tiers, for instance, 10, 25, 50, etc. Total 10 times 10 users tier. How to avoid 100 products? That's a good question. That's the question I like. Because yes, indeed, in the product catalog, you have different ways to manage the product attributes for the website. Let me first install this option to manage attributes and product variants for the products. So here you've got a short description about it. It's the product variants are actually to set attributes like the color, the size, to sell product variants. This is mostly needed for e-commerce users. If you want to sell, for instance, a T-shirt in different colors and different sizes, you will need that. Okay. Now let's create a new product. Okay, so Ivo, I will here take a more generic case for everybody to understand the purpose of it, but then I'm sure you will understand it in your case. So this T-shirt could be sold in different colors. I've got the colors white, black, red, etc. Different sizes as well. I don't have size, but I will create it with M, L, XL, etc. So this makes two attributes with 3 values each. I'll save. This will create 9 variants because it's a combination of those 6 attributes. So here are the 9 combinations. If I want to exclude one value, I will select it and disable it. So this one, so the red is not available with M. So now now I have only 8 variants available. But so this system, this combination of attribute values is actually creating different products. Those products will have a different inventory and even a different pricing. Clicking here variant prices, sorry, you can define price extra per attribute. For instance, here I'd like my XL to be $5 more expensive. Okay, let's now take a look at the website part of it to see what it looks like for the customer. Here I've got attribute pickers for the colors and the size, and I can see an extra for XL value. An extra of $5. You can also manage specific images per color, for instance. So you'll have a black T-shirt when you choose black, a red T-shirt when you choose red. So everything is perfectly seamless. And then your question was about how to avoid creating so many product references in the backend, because sometimes, so here is an example quite straightforward with just 9 combinations, but it might be, as you said, it might be more complex than that. So for people managing fully customized products or products with more attributes value, you can actually disable the creation of product variants. And this is mostly useful when you don't have an inventory per product combination of attributes. So going to the attributes, I will first go to the developer mode because I needed to apply this mode. Then I go to my attributes, and then I will uncheck the creation of the variants for color and size, because I don't need that. I don't need specific product references for such attributes. So now let's create a new product with that. So this mode is mostly made, as I said, for fully customized product or services, for instance, where you don't have when you don't manage any inventory. So custom T-shirt, I will call it this way. A price of $10 in the variants, size and color. As you can see here, those attributes no longer create product variants. I only have one product, and the selection of those attributes will be only visible in the customer order. So let's go to the website. So I still have the attribute speaker, so nothing changed at that point. I will add it to cart. This is my custom T-shirt. And now the value of my attributes only appears as a description. Okay, it's no longer a specific product reference that I have. It's just a description that my salesman will use to process the delivery, and then he will be able to request the manufacturing part to customize this T-shirt that way with black and L as attributes. Okay, so I process my my order. I will find my order in my sales orders. Well, I can do it in sales, but also in the website application with the unpaid orders. So here is my draft order. It's still a cart, actually. So as a description, I will see the attributes I picked up. But there is no specific product reference for the variant. So it means that here, in such a case, I don't manage an inventory, for instance. Okay, so I hope it answers your question, because it's basically the way to avoid to skip the creation of variants and to just manage attributes as a product description. Okay, I will go over the next question. Ivoyos. Hi, when I'm doing project invoicing from a sales order, is it possible to have a task with 2 users working on it, but each user has a different sales price? How to do it? No. For each user, you will need one specific sales order line. You will have to, yes. Here you won't be able to you won't be able to bill at specific rates for every single user. You will need 2 lines on the sales order, so basically 1 line per user, I think. So this might change in the future because we are still improving that. We know that we can still manage more cases more easily. So our R&D team is still working on the service applications. But for now, you have to create 1 sales order line per invoicing rate. But actually, yes, looking again at your question, I think you can do it, because you can use 1 project for your sales order, and with different tasks. Your 2 users will will record the times in the task, but let me think. No, actually, no, I'm wrong. So the rate is defined on the task. So whenever a user records some time on a task, it will be invoiced at the rate defined in the sales order. So for different rates, you create several lines in your sales order that way. And you'll be recording that on task or subtask, because actually we can manage a subtask in Odoo, and you can have, for instance, one subtask per rate, things like that. So you've got the junior consultant at $60 per hour, and then the senior consultant at $100 an hour. So this will be creating one task at this rate, and so all the people will record the time in the good task. Or you can use projects, but this will use the same mechanism. Okay, I go on with the questions. Grun Arabia is asking, how can I create recurring expenses in monthly basis? Recurring expenses. Yes, so I mean you are talking about the phone bill, for instance, that you get on a monthly basis, and it's every month the same amount. Can we do that? I'm not sure we can do that yet. In the purchase bills. No, I think it's not yet available in Odoo, but it's coming up. No, I don't think we have options to create to duplicate expense bills on a weekly or a monthly basis, but I think it's something we plan to add to Odoo over the coming months. Okay, and is there any way that we could do that? Not sure. I don't think so. Okay, I will think about it. If I come back on, if I follow up on something, I will get back to your question, but I don't think so. For now. Given Yismaz is asking now about the inventory adjustments with barcodes. So is it possible to do that? Inventory adjustments with barcode. So I guess you can process inventory adjustments by scanning products. So you open up this screen. Let's select select products manually. Inventory. Then you start, and then you use the barcode to scan the products, and this will add new product lines. I think it should work this way. I hope you have tried. Try one more time. But it should work as in any other warehouse operation. Okay, next question of Niaz Rafi. How to set different cost price per product variant? So I think you are talking about purchasing those items at different vendor prices. So if I go to purchases application, I'll find my products here. And yes, so let's open this up. In the purchase tab, you can enter the prices at your vendor. And here, actually, you can select a product variant. So if you buy one specific product variant and one price, you will select it here. So here, in this very case, I only have one. But in case you have several variants, you will see them all there. So that's the way to do. Of course, if you are talking about the price to purchase those items, because when it comes to the costing for the inventory valuation, the system will rely on the cost in your inventory based on your purchases. If you manage this this inventory valuation using the FIFO rule. So the system will apply a financial FIFO and use the actual cost of every single item to make the valuation of your inventory. So this inventory valuation system is fully compatible with the product variants. Okay, you don't have one cost for that is summed for all the variants of a product. No, it's gonna be a variant specific cost price. In case your question was about inventory valuation and not vendor pricing. Okay, I go on. Mahmoud is coming back. One new question about budget. Ooh, I'm scared about it. How can I set budget for one project and need to know the full expenses of each project with a fully accounting? Yes. Okay, so what you need is actually the analytic accounting. Going to accounting, configuration settings. So here I will first install analytic accounting. With analytic accounting, each project is an analytic account. On this analytic account, you will record expenses, purchases that you send to your vendors and for which you track bills. You'll have the employee cost through the timesheets, and you will also have revenues from the sales orders and the customer invoices. And all those revenues and costs are put together thanks to the analytic accounting. And this analytic accounting, as I said, is perfectly integrated with the project management, because one project is basically one analytic account. So that it's really easy to handle. Yeah, let's take a look at the analytic account. I will find here all my projects. Basically, on top of that, I can create a new analytic account for my departments, for my vehicles, for anything that I would like to track the cost and the revenues. So here are all my my analytic accounts with the balance. The balance will sum up all the revenues and the expenses. So the revenues are based on customer invoices, mostly. So I'll have a draft one that I can still modify. They are all open. Okay, let's create a new invoice for the customer Agrolay. Okay, I will send them a server, and here I can select an analytic account. Basically, I will select the one created for the project. Here I'm selecting the analytic account manually, but if this invoice is created from a sales order that is actually creating this project, I won't have to do that. It will be done automatically, which is great. I have my analytic account set. I validate. This will be a good revenue, $60,000, and I will find it here on the reporting of my analytic entries. I see it as a revenue. Then, for this project, I can purchase items. I will send, here in this case, I receive a bill to buy this server. The price is, of course, a bit cheaper, otherwise I won't do any profit. Okay, it's half price. I select my analytic account. I validate. Now, taking a look at the reporting, it's of course updated. And I can see the detail of it. Not. So I see here the balance of my account, and I can filter by day. So yeah, both invoices were recorded the same day. Financial account. Okay, so I see my revenue and my expenses, and the sum of it. On top of that, you can add any kind of analytic expense. The timesheets are analytic expense because timesheets are based on employee cost. Going to an employee, you can set under HR settings, you can set a timesheet cost. So whenever this person record timesheets on this analytic account, the cost here will be taken into account in the related analytics. Yes, we also have expenses, employee expenses for projects. Okay, you've got your consultant going on site at the customer. He will be recording some employee expenses, the restaurant bills, the accommodations, the transports, etc. Okay, I don't have expense installed here, but if I do so, I'll be able to link my expense to a project, to my analytic account, and this expense will be also taken into account. Oh, I have a little issue here. Okay, so I can't show that, but you got my point. Okay, so I hope it answers. Yes, I forget something. The budget, because on top of analytic accounts, you can also plan and create budgets around those analytic accounts, and this is actually a little add-on to add in your accounting module. All right, I will type budget. Okay. Okay, as the system is loading, I'm taking some water because I talk, but need to rest a bit. Cheers. Okay, seems like something is not working here. What's going on? Let me refresh the settings. Yeah, I likely forgot to set up something. That's why I'm reloading. Anyway, here let me try one more time. Default language, paper format. There is likely someone else playing with this database. That's why I'm main currency. Of course, it's someone else is playing with the system and just messed up my configuration. Okay, it's gonna work better now. Yeah, I'm not the only one to use this system, so it might happen that my configuration changes over time because of the action of the other test users. Sorry for that. Another traceback. Yes, I think there is something corrupted in this demo. I will quickly start a new one. Okay, let's now get back to the settings of my accounting app. Okay, the budgets are installed, so now I can create my budgets under advisors. Okay, I've installed the budget, and I can create such budget if I'm an accountant or a financial manager under advisor budgets. So I've got one budget for 2018, optimistic, and one that is pessimistic. Let's take a look at the optimistic one. Within each budget, I have to define so-called budgetary positions. Basically, you've got two types of budgetary positions, the revenues and the expenses. So the budgetary position here will be, I'll create the revenue. Where I can define all the financial accounts related to that. Here I won't do it here, but must have at least one account. Okay, so it's needed. I will select the sales. God damn it, still have an error here. What happens? Okay, it's okay. So in my revenue I have my account. Then the planned amount in terms of revenue will be 200,000, let's say. And this is not mandatory, but I can only search on specific analytic accounts. For instance, my Agrolé project, if this budget was for Agrolé. Then I can do the same for expenses, where I set all my expenses account. I select them all. The planned amount is 100,000. So I expect to do twice more in terms of revenue, still for Agrolé. Okay. For each budget, I define the period, and then here is my dashboard where I can see the planned amount, the practical amount based on the current situation, and the theoretical amount based on the timeline. So here we are in between both. Actually, we are reaching the end of the period. Let's say it's for 2017. We are reaching the end. We are in November. So this theoretical amount will be based on the current date. Yes, then you can save and confirm. Okay, so to summarize, the budget is using both the analytic accounting and financial accounting to manage your budget forecast. So I hope it answers your question. So who was it? Was that? Okay, it was Mahmoud. Okay, so I hope I answered your question. Next. Ivo, still about product variants? No, it's about products. When creating products, you must fill in many fields. Is there a way to template this that all variables can be set according to the template, which guide you through to a few to add manually? Okay, so if you have many records to create on a recurring basis, I advise you to create templates and duplicate them. So I will call it template. You set up the product the way you want. We have ref dash etc. with default price. So default configuration. You save it so that whenever you want to create a new item, you take this template back and you duplicate it. And all the fields are filled in the same way. This duplicate option is available for any record. You can do it on all the objects of Odoo. Okay, I go to next question. If it's clear, how to set default followers and how to disable partner and follower. To add followers to business documents, I will have the sales orders. For instance, you go down, you scroll down the page, and you click this widget here with the number of followers, and then you click add follower. By default, the system adds followers automatically. I'm in a sales order. When I send a message to a customer, he becomes a follower. I create an expense as an employee. I go to on customer side, and I have some travel expenses. I record them in my system. My manager is automatically added as a follower as well. So based on every single situation, the system adds followers automatically. There are a few things where you can go even further and add people automatically as well, based on for any other reason. For instance, let's have a look at the sales channels. The sales channels are, in this case, my sales teams. I'm the manager of America's team, and I would like to be the follower of all the documents within this team. So here I decide to follow this team, and I choose the event I'd like to be notified about. Here I've got some events for invoicing, for the opportunities, and for sales orders, and I just pick up the events for which I'd like to be notified. So we have this for sales teams to manage all the sales events. We have this for project where people can automatically follow the task based on the project. So I will show it here in project management. Yeah, a quick tip. You type the name of an application here in the app switcher screen, and you directly get it. So in case you are using lots of applications, you find it in no time. Under the settings of my project, I can become a follower, and same mechanism. I click this bell icon, and I check the events for which I'd like to be notified as a follower. So is a task open within the project? Is a task blocked, ready, stage change? Is there a task rating, etc., etc. Okay, that's the way to become an automatic follower in for advanced scenarios, like managers that want to do a follow-up on the action of the employees, etc. Okay. Jordan Lay is now asking, I'm working on a project which may need to create multi-companies. Is there any limitation on number of companies you can create in Odoo?
That was easy.
Yes, that was easy because there is there is absolutely no limitation. You can create as many companies as you want, and so is it for the number of users. You can create as many users as you do want. Our biggest customer has more than 200,000 users, so feel free to create users, feel free to create companies, Jordan. Morris is joining us now and asking, hi, is it possible to configure 2 outgoing mail servers? For example, one specific for helpdesk and the other one for Odoo in general. Yes, you can create as many outgoing servers as you want in the settings, general settings, external email servers. So for your information, this option must be installed in any community or enterprise Odoo deployments in order to send and receive mails in Odoo. So you have to install this option if you don't run Odoo Online, because in Odoo Online you've got an email server automatically configured for you. You don't have to do anything. So to use the emails in Odoo, you have to set up both an incoming and an outgoing server. So it's basically the same server, but for for different directions. One is for incoming mails, and the other one is for outgoing mails. So you enter your credentials here. So here is a default one that you can replace. I can do it for Gmail, for instance. Let's imagine I use a Gmail email server. It's gonna be for Gmail smtp.gmail.com. The security of Google is yes SLTLS, and here I'll do. You enter the admin credentials of your email server. I'll do demo.partner. Here it is. Then I can test the connection. Okay, I've got an issue here. What's going on? Okay, so likely forgot something in my credentials. Anyway, so you can create as many mail servers as you do want. By default, the system when sending out email, the system takes the first one available in the list. If the first one is busy with sending emails, it will take the second one. But for specific cases, you can use different mail servers. But this is something you have to set on email templates. So let's have help desk. Since you were talking about help desk, I'll create a ticket. Ticket 62. Okay, with a description, blah 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 blah. Then when answering this ticket, I will be using a template. Here, using a template, solve ticket request, yes. And at the configuration of the template, you can select, in the advanced settings, you can select a specific outgoing mail server. So yes, you can. So to answer your question, you can use a specific outgoing mail server if you rely on such templates. So basically, all the automatic answers, for instance, can be sent using a specific mail channel. And I guess it's what you expect. Because here, so since still about help desk, an interesting thing that you can do, for instance, whenever a ticket, a customer issue is fixed, is solved, you can send them an email template, an automatic answer, so solve ticket request, using a specific outgoing email server. Okay, and that's actually the best way to use the help desk application, so that your users don't have to write out every time the same thing to say that an issue has been fixed. So I hope you enjoyed this session, guys. Really like it so far. I'm still waiting for a question that will put me in difficulty. So please, yeah, in case you are advanced users, yeah, expect something really difficult where I won't be able to press this easy button. Okay, let's move forward. Where was I? You're welcome, Jordan. So Rick is asking, is it possible to let the customer sign off on the delivery of a sales order? No, we don't have such a feature in Odoo. What you can do is basically, yeah, ask for the customer signature on the delivery order. Yes, and I think don't we have something ready for that in the document layout of the delivery order? Let me check that. It might be possible. So let's process with this delivery order with data card. I will print the delivery slip to be signed by the customer. All right, here it is. Yeah, no, there is no area for the signature, but yes, you can print it and ask the carrier to request a signature of the customer. Otherwise, if you want something really customize and tailor for that, you can easily customize this report in HTML and add an area for signature. Yes, and then of course, yes, still in the backend, you can add new stages, new buttons to to admit, to accept, to tell the system that the customer has accepted the delivery. And this can be done easily with Odoo Studio. Let's have a quick demo on that. Checkbox, for instance, yes. Let's call it, for instance, approved by customer. I do it quickly, but just to show you that using Odoo Studio, you can customize pretty much Odoo pretty much the way you want. Yes, you can of course put this checkbox anywhere, even at top if you want. Close. You see, in a few seconds, this screen has been customized with my new field. I can also filter on this new field using the filters here. I'll find my new field here. Approved by customer is true or false, so that I can easily review all the delivery orders not yet signed, things like that. Okay. Okay, let's go on. So Joseph Mutiga is now asking, how do we configure the postbox IP address? Actually, the IP address is automatically set up. The only thing you have to do is plugging the POS box to a screen. You turn on the screen. On the screen, you will see the IP address, and you put it in the Odoo configuration. That's it. But you need to plug the POS box to a screen to see it easily. Then you go to the configuration of your point of sale cashier. You select POS box, you enter the IP address, and then you check out all the devices that you use. That's pretty much it. Also, aside the POS box, you get guidelines document with all the technical aspects of the POS box, of the POS box. If you need a more advanced configuration. Okay, I hope it answers your question, Joseph. I will now turn to Luis Alberto with his new question. Is there a way to disable a loss report from managers? Is there a way to disable loss report from POS managers? I don't get your questions, Luis. Basically, yeah, in POS, yes, in POS sessions you can, when closing a session. So here I haven't started a session yet, but when closing a session, let me quickly do it. So first I need some payment methods. I will create my payment methods in here. Actually, they're already there, but I need to activate them for the POS. So let's have the cash. Is it for my company? I hope so. Okay, I can use it in POS. I hope this one is for my company because I'm running a multi-company environment. Okay, now let's turn to the POS where I use this payment methods. Good. Ah, no, it was the wrong one. But yeah, to answer your question, generally speaking, you can change the access rights of pretty much everything. You can disable the buttons, you can hide fields. All of that based on user access rights. So the answer is of course yes. the question is, so is it directly related to something that you can do? That is it directly related to something available for those users, or not? So what I mean is it something that is working like that in the system, or is it something that you need to customize? I can't answer as easy as I need more details about the questions. But using access rights, you can customize everything in the interface. You can hide buttons, hide fields, hide actions. You can prevent users from doing something. Everything is customizable without going deep in the code. It's just a matter of view or customize access rights in the settings. Okay, so quickly going over the post configuration. Okay, this was the one for my company. This is a demo environment with lots of modules and lots of features installed. So don't be surprised if I have lots of menus, a lot of things. When you start up with Odoo, you don't have all those things. But at least here I don't have to. Must be in the same. Or okay. Yeah, I need to move forward. I need to go forward in the configuration. So I will skip that now. But yeah, to answer your question, you can pretty much customize everything. Okay, Gerhardt is asking, in Odoo 10, for inviting customers to e-commerce, I have to check box all customers by hand, portal access man, it seems. But can this be done with mass import Excel? Yes, you could do it with mass import Excel. Yes, but you don't need to do that. Just let them do it on an automatic fashion. Go there in website configuration settings and just let them sign up as they want. Yeah, you've got the customer account. Just opt for the free sign up. Otherwise, yes, I do think you can import that. Yes, you just need to import. You might import users, but still they would have to create a password. To create a password, you need a token, and the token is generated by default as you send the invitation. So, is there a way to do that? Yeah, for sure there is a way. How I couldn't tell you like that, but yes, you can do it. So I guess what you mean is checking this. So under actions, portal access management, you'd like to check this automatically. Yes. Yes, you just need to, likely with, for sure, everything that you see in Odoo can be imported. So for sure, this can be imported. It's just that I don't have the import button to see it here. So what we should likely do is create a menu item for this object. So we go here a bit more in the technical side, but creating a view for this model, you would be able to import the lines here with this checkbox automatically checked. Yes. So the answer is yes, with likely a bit of view customization with Odoo Studio. I do think otherwise importing from here. Yes. Yeah, it's a good question, but maybe you don't need that, and you just need to let your users create their own account. Okay. Okay. Next question. Okay, I'm 10 minutes late, so I need to catch up. Mahmoud is asking how to get daily reports for POS. Well, you simply go to reporting. There are reportings about that. So you can see all the orders or the sales details, which is a PDF printing. You select the start and end date, and that's it. You print it. That's pretty much it. So this is printed, and this is a pivot view, orders. Yes, where you can choose your measures. You can define different search axes, like a pivot view in Excel. Okay. Okay, new attendee here, Sasha Sefford, asks me, we want to sell products in different type of packages, especially with the eBay connector. For example, we want to sell 1 carton of 12 eggs, 10 cartons of 12 eggs, and 1 pallet of eggs with 30 cartons. With product variants, it's not possible to manage the stock proper. How can we solve this? Alright, so you've got one product with different ways to sell it, and I guess you only have one stock. Actually, it all depends on the way you manage the warehouse. You manage the product in the warehouse. In the case where you only have one inventory for this product, I advise you to rely on the Phantom Bomb on MRP application. Let me go to manufacturing. In manufacturing, going to the master data, you can create a bill of material that is actually not used to produce the product in the manufacturing application, but to manage a kit. And a kit is actually a bundle of products. And for instance, here you can sell. So taking your example, because I think it was a good example with the eggs. Yes, here actually you've got a product which is, let's say on your e-commerce you sell 2 products, the egg and the carton. Okay, let me summarize this way. So here the product will be 1 carton of eggs. And in the components I will have eggs, and the quantity will be 12. Okay, because that way the only unit I manage in my warehouse is the eggs. But when it comes to selling these items, I will either sell it by unit, selling the egg, or the carton of eggs. So in my sales order, I will see both products, but when it comes to delivery, I will see the number of eggs rather than the number of cartons. This will give me a good inventory. So I'm not sure it's the best way to manage it this way, but for sure, if you have only one inventory, you should create 2 different products and a phantom a kit bill of material to link both of them. Otherwise, it just you create different products that are not related to each other, and every single product has its own stock. And one way to do it is using variants. So you can have one product template which is eggs, and in the variants you have the kind of package. And every single package will have its own inventory. So yeah, so unlike what you say, with product variants, it's not possible to manage the stock proper. Well, yes, if you have only one stock, yeah, you should rather use the kit bill of materials. Otherwise, yes, you can rely on the product variants. Okay, I go now to Ivo's question. With product variance, the assumption is red always cost $5 and Excel always 10 more. In my case, all prices are not related. How to solve? They are not related. No, they should be. They should be doing this way. Going to products. So open up the variant prices, and then you enter the extra for white, for instance, and the next. Yeah. Okay. No, I don't want to create a new line. I just want to add an extra price extra. So the white will be $5 more, and the memory of 32 gigas will be $50 more. And then the combination of those attributes should work fine. Huh? Let me go open up the website. Of course, I don't see the price extra here, but it behaves as expected. Huh? The prices are computed the right way. All right, I go now to the question of written by Daiki Walid. I hope I pronounced correctly. Is there a good method to migrate from one product variant into multiple product variants? Oh, looks complicated as a question. Note that actually each product variant is product template. Is there a good method to migrate from one product variant into multiple product variants? Yes, you just open up your products and you set up the variant attributes, and the product will split up in different variants. Note that actually each product variant is product template. Okay, I see what you mean. So you have basically all your t-shirts, all your products, all your variants recorded as specific products, unique product templates. What you have to do is you have to disable them. You open up all your templates and you disable them using archive. You can do it with an Excel sheet. So you export all your products to Excel. So just to show you that it's not cumbersome and painful to do it, you select all the products related to that change. You export. In the export, I would like to export at least the name. I will need the product name and also the active status. Yes, I will export. Here is my file. And then in your Excel sheet, you will simply replace true by false for all the product template that you want to disable. That's it. Of course, on top of that, if you manage the inventory, you'll have to make an inventory adjustment as well. Yes. Okay, but at least with spreadsheet, you can do this batch operation very quickly. Okay, take a look now at the question of Yasser, asked 10 minutes ago. How to control PO amount based on the budget, and how to create workflow to approve PO for multi-buy approver. Actually, we have something in purchase orders to add an extra level of approvement. You go to the settings of purchases and you check this out, order approval. And here you enter a minimal amount to trigger this extra approval. $5,000, sorry, seems fine. And then, yeah, to to validate the purchase order, you'll have to be a manager. So this is actually adding one extra step of control. So this is what we have in the system to manage that. Maxime Lejar asked me, how the advantages is in having the purchase app if you don't have to do with lot of purchases, but if you do purchase, they are in very big amounts. Well, the main purpose of the purchasing apps is to manage the inventory of your products down the road, and to replenish in your inventory. So you've got a stock out in your warehouse. The system will trigger a purchase order. So the main interest of the purchase order is to deal with an inventory, because there are many links between purchases, manufacturing, and inventory apps. Of course, you can still use it with services as well, but you have, you don't have, how can I say that? You don't have all the, you have likely less reasons to only use the purchase apps for the purchase app for such things. So it all depends on the way you want to manage your inventory, I would say. If you expect a good integration between your inventory levels and your sales with your suppliers in order to avoid stockouts, things like that, you have to use it. Otherwise, yeah, you likely don't need it. Okay, so Mohad is actually coming back to the question about the eggs and the way to sell the different packaging, and he's stating that actually you can use the unit of measures. I think it's what you mean. Yes, but the unit of measures, if you want to sell the product on on the website, for instance, you can't select the right unit of measure. So this would be a good solution if you just manage back-end operations. But when it comes to the website, it's likely not the best way to do it. Also, with unit of measures, you don't have specific pricing per. So let's imagine the price is cheaper in a carton than in the unit. You can manage price discounts with unit of measures. That's why in most of the cases we advise to create different products, and in case the inventory is central, is unique, to rely on the clipped bill of materials. But otherwise, yeah, you're totally right. That's also a way to manage different conditioning, different packaging for products, is to rely on the unit of measures. Yes, units of measure. Okay, so to sell and purchase products in different unit of measures. Yes. So for instance, for an egg, you will have a unit of measure that is the carton, another one that is the unit. And in the sales order, you'll be able to switch from one to another. It will give you the advantage of one single inventory, but you won't benefit from all the pricing features. So we can install that and demonstrate it. So I'm taking a look at the next comment. So Pablo, you should likely send this issue to our support. So for the new watchers joining us now, so this is a live session support about the functionalities of Odoo. So you can use the chatter to ask me pretty much anything about Odoo, the way it works, or the way you like to use it in your company. I'll be there to help live. Also, if I can't answer your question, so please rely on our support team. So go to odoo.com/help. And over there, simply fill in the form explain the issue you are stumbling upon, you're facing, and we'll have one guy from the support team checking that for you. It will be back to you within 1 or 2 days. Okay, you just explain the issue here, and that's it. Please add some screenshots or videos that help us reproduce the problem. Okay, so the unit of measures are now installed. So I get back to my eggs product, and now here you can define different ways of selling it using unit of measure. So you can purchase in one unit of measure and sell it in another one. For instance, this is something made possible in the system. For instance, you can buy boxes and sell by unit. This is one of the features introduced by the unit of measures. So here is the unit within the units. So each unit of measure belongs to a category. And when selling, I will be able to use any unit of measure of the category. So you can, for instance, create specific unit of measure categories per kind of product. Then, yes, if I open up a sales order to sell the eggs, right, I can choose among different unit of measures, the units or the dozens or any other unit of measure. And down the road, so the pricing is adapted, of course, based on the quantity. So here the pricing, changes based on the quantity that is included in my unit of measure. So yes, what I said beforehand was half force. It was half wrong in a way that you can still apply discounts based on quantities, and these discounts will be applied here when selecting unit of measures. Okay, but you can't say for one box I've got a 10% discount. You have to set up this up another way. For 10 units of eggs, you get a discount. That being said, I will confirm my sales order. And in my delivery order, I still see here the unit of measure. So my stock will be updated accordingly by removing 10 units of eggs. Yes, because 1 dozen is for 10 units. Okay, good. That being said, I go back to the questions. Yasser is asking about a question about assets management. How to add addition to an existing asset, like adding additional costs like next engine to exist car. Well, you can still update the value to deprecate by updating the asset. And I think it's the way to handle that. Let me go to the assets. So assets management is to manage the depreciation of your belongings, cars, buildings, things like that. And this tool is generating automatically the accounting entries related to this depreciation. I will do it, for instance, for a new building that I bought for my company. It will be for building category. Yes, then of course I do the accounting setup with the right accounts. I define the way I want to manage the depreciation. Okay, it's gonna be a number of entries. So let's do it on 5 years. With 1 entry every year. That's the meaning of this. Okay, I skipped the advanced configuration about the computation method. Okay, the gross value was 10,000. Okay, I save and confirm. So here is my depreciation board where I see all the journal entries that will be generated over time. The light turns green when the entry is generated, so when we get to those dates. And yes, I think you can still update. So if I modify depreciation, here I will change not the amount but the way to deprecate it. Then I will simply set to draft. Right, and then I can change the amount. Save. I will compute computation, and the remaining entries not yet processed will be updated accordingly. So you simply set it back to draft. You modify the gross value of your asset, and that's it. Okay, I will read now the question of Pablo Carrascal. Hi, we have issue in confirming sales from quotations. We always get error. This operation can be completed. Okay, yeah, it's the issue I was talking about before. Send us an email to odoo.com from odoo.com/help. So this will create a support ticket, and one of our support representatives will check that. Okay, Royal Adrians now. We have an option for down payments when selling stuff from the sales order to the invoice, but not when purchasing a product. Is that possible in some ways? Actually, you don't record purchase bills the way you do it for customers. For purchase bills, it works this way. So you've got in accounting. So usually you don't create the bill from the purchase order because you receive this. So your accounting department received the bill from the vendor. So what they will do is straight from the accounting menu, vendor bill, they will encode a new bill. They will select the vendor. So here you can add the purchase order, but if you do so, you will have all the lines that are ready to be invoiced in this purchase order with all the components. So I'm not sure this is what you should do. So here I would rather advise you to not select the PO, or maybe you can select it, but you remove the line. You remove the line and you just add, well, depending on what shows up on the invoice, you replace the invoice lines by the content of the bill. So you might have the products. In such a case, you keep the products and you update the prices or whatever, or you remove all the products and choose a down payment, a generic product, down payment with 20,000, let's say. And then you validate. But at least this way you keep the link with the purchase order. So if you go to the purchase order, you will have a link to the invoice. So that's the way we handle purchase bills into Odoo. So you don't do it from the purchase order. Well, you can. You click the bill button and you create new. But usually you directly go to the accounting and you create a new bill, you select the vendor, and if any purchase order is available for billing, it will show up here. You select it and then you update the content. All right. So we are still live for a few minutes. So in case you still have questions, so hurry up, guys. Because this session will end up soon. Okay, I think the next question is from Ivo. A payment in GBP on my Euro account generates a difference. The two numbers are subtracted without taking care of the currency. Is this solved? I'm not sure we still have currency conversion issues in Odoo 8 or even in any other Odoo, because it's something we have in Odoo for a long time. But for any issue of any misunderstanding or concern, just send us an email to through the support channel on odoo.com/help. Okay, you give us but just please note that Odoo 8 is no longer supported, so we will no longer provide support on Odoo 8. For now, the supported versions are Odoo 9, 10, and 11. Paulo is asking, can I use database SQL server? Can I use database SQL server? Odoo is actually using Postgre SQL, and yes, if you are running on premise, you can of course access your database with SQL queries. Yes, but only if you run on premise with either Odoo Community or Odoo Enterprise. Next question of Ivo again. Can product selection on order lines also include the variant selection? You have it. So when you select a product in the purchase orders, you see all the variants. Let me show this to you. Let me open up the quotations. Here I will take a look at the iPad. Here are all the variants available. So yes, you do see all the variants, and you simply pick up the one that fits the attributes needed by the customer. Okay, we have a new attendee here. Fabio is asking, Fabio Thielen, can you show how to modify the colors, font, or background color of some fields on the sales order? Some fields of the sales order. So I think you are talking about the customization of PDF reports. So this is something you can do using Studio, I guess. I think it's I hope it's something I can show to you. So here are all the reports available for my sales orders. But can I edit it from here? I'm not sure. So I think yes, you can edit this, but using the HTML editor. Yes, so you need to go to debug mode, and yes, you can do it, but from HTML. This is something I've already showed. I've already shown today, but for the purpose of the demo, I will show it one more time. So go to the reports. I open quotation orders. You click XML. Here, the report for the sales order should be the report sales order document. Here is the code, and here you can modify it with customized CSS classes. So yes, so that's the way to do it. So it's a bit more technical, but actually you can actually forget that, because in Odoo 10 and Odoo 11 we have something way better. It's the online quotations. So yeah, forget the PDF. That's the old way to manage sales. Now Odoo is perfectly integrated with the website editor, and with the website editor you can design really professional looking sales orders. Let me show this to you, and you will even forget the old way to manage quotations, where you send an email to the customer. He has to print this out, sign it, scan it, and send it back to you. Well, it's too cumbersome. It takes too much time. Take a look at that. In the sales application, you can install the so-called quotation templates, and I will select here the default ones. All right. And thanks to the quotation templates, you'll be able to send a link to your customer in order to sign or pay the quotation online. So you'll click the link, sign it on his device, or pay it using payment providers like PayPal, Authorize.net, Ingenico, SIPS, etc. In a few clicks, without having to print the sales order, scan it again, which is kind of a long process. So your customers deserve better. Fabio, yeah. So let me go back to a quotation. I will have this one. In the quotation, I will select a quotation template, and a template is basically used to pre-fill the orders with both order lines and suggested products that the customer can add on demand. So here, this default quotation is empty, but you can add default products. This will be, and this is mainly used for service companies with packages of services. But you can do it for stockable products too. It works too. Okay, I will have a few products. Let's have the server. All right. Then you click preview. The preview is actually what the customer will see at the end. This is a basic layout because I haven't installed any website theme in the system. Odoo Online embeds 25 plus themes that you can install, and the layout of your online quotation will actually embrace and use the layout of your website, so that your customers will think they are actually in your website with your own branding colors and your own branding basically. And so here is the content of the quotation that I will see on the simple click in the email, where I can for instance put some content about the company. Let's put a nice picture here. So our company, so that you can a bit explain about the spirit of your company. You can customize everything, and this works with the website editor. So yeah, blah blah blah. We are the best. Okay, about us. Then you describe a bit your offer, and then you've got here a specific content to describe the products. Here it was a server, so I'll put something about the server. Okay, when I can put the statistics, all the attributes of this product, etc. I hope I have something for servers here. Okay, I don't, but doesn't mind. Let's have this one. Okay, so I can put some such HTML content to describe every single of my products listed in my quotation. I've got my pricing, and then you will also see the optional products. I save. So forget about customizing things in HTML. No, here just WYSIWYG. It's what you see is what you get. You just need to drag and drop snippets to make it looking good. Okay, I will save this. I go back to my quotation to send it to my customer. Here it is. I will send it by email. I need to send put an email address. All right, good. You see the button, accept and pay online. Good. This is what I want to do. Then as a customer, when I open the email, I will click the link. Yes, of course, here I'm using, it's a test environment, so I have just to do that. Then it's doing it one more time, it's gonna work. All right, so when clicking the link, this is what the customer actually sees. The content of the quotation with the description of your company, the description of the products, where I can see here the server, a summary of the pricing with the ability to give some feedback or to reject the order. This will be directly communicated to the salesman, and then I can accept order and sign, and even pay online. Okay, so here I'm running incognito, so it's not gonna work, but you got it. So that way you don't have to. It's really seamless for the customer. It's no longer a painful process to accept quotations, and it works both with signature or online payments. So rather than a signature, you can replace this area by payment provider selection to pay with PayPal, to pay with Ingenico, Authorize.net, SIPS, etc. ADM. Good. And once this signed, the quotation will be confirmed in the backend. So not only it's seamless for the customer, but it is for the user as well. And that way a delivery is automatically triggered for the warehouse. See how beautiful it is to use such an integrated tool. Okay, I quickly go over the last questions because in a few minutes we'll close up this session. Okay, great, that's what we do, but the new purchase order does not subtract the down payment. Yes, indeed, regarding the down payment, but when recording the second invoice, you'll have to subtract it manually. But as it is on the real invoice that you will get from your vendor, I wanted to say. Okay, and Fabio, actually, I didn't know you were talking about the view and not the PDF. Actually, even better, because with if it's just about the view, it's as simple as that. You click the toggle for Studio, and you simply drag and drop existing fields of new fields. That way. This is the way to customize the screen by adding new fields. You can adding new tabs. You can, within tabs, this is new page, you can add a new section, like this, with a left and right column. As easy as that. Once done, you click close, and all your changes are applied. I see here my new field, my new tabs, etc. Okay, Ivo still have a question about variants. In my case, every variant generates 100 products. I have about 70,000 products. Yeah, it's a lot. Having a way to narrow down the selection would help a lot because text is very similar, same as on web encoding invoices. Yes, okay, but you have to convert from product templates to product variants the way I told you. Back to my question regarding the assets, you can return asset back to draft once the journal is created for it. Yes, it's a good question, and maybe you can't. I don't know. Otherwise, what you do is canceling the remaining entries, and you create a new asset. That works too, and it's not really yeah, it's perfectly endable. Okay, sorry, Fabio. So read carefully. Yes, I'm gonna try to do, but I have lots of questions, so I do my best. I need to modify the color of a field on a sales order in the backend, not front end. In the window to create new quotation order. No, it's a bit more advanced. It's not something you can do with Odoo Studio. Here you have to use CSS customization, so it's more advanced. You have to dig in the code. The way to do it is to open up the views, like here. I think, yeah, I will have the form view, for instance. And in debug mode, you should have a link to modify it, I guess. Okay, so you click here XML to access the code of this view, and then from here you can apply customize the CSS style. Okay, but I don't really understand why you would like to change the color of one field. Basically, you can make it mandatory so that people don't forget to fill it in, because it's not really common to change the colors in the backend. I'm not sure it will make your interface good looking, so I would rather advise you to make the field mandatory if in case if it's something important. I don't know exactly your case, but it's some fields need special attention. Okay, so you move it atop the form, for instance, and you put it in mandatory. That's what I would do. So to do so, I'll click this field, for instance, And yeah, here you can make it required. Simply do that, or you can put it atop. Let's imagine it's a good example is the customer reference. If you like to have it atop, okay, remove it from here. All right, I no longer have it here. Then I would like to have it atop here. So customer description, customer reference. All right, here. Maybe an issue with my server. Okay. Okay. Well, for the purpose of this demo, I'll put it in here. Okay, here at top. Okay, this field is not required by default. I will make it so, and I close it. Okay, now it's mandatory, so I can no longer save a sales order without a customer reference. I would manage your need that way. I think. Okay. All right, so I no longer have a new. Yeah, it seems like there is no other question in the chatter. So Fabio, I'm sure you'll figure out something with that. Okay, and it seems like you are chatting with the one another. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, you can send us an email, but basically, yeah, there is no way to put colors rather than modifying the code in HTML. So yeah, here this is I think a good workaround to do it using Studio. So you can put the fields on top and make it read only. Okay. Otherwise, you can ask your question in a technical session, because modifying the XML is more technical. So I would advise you to contact a technical expert or to attend a technical live support session. Okay, so Gerter, to see the XML editor, you need to switch to debug mode, as I'm here. So to switch to debug mode, you go there. Okay, you activate the developer mode, then you open up the report. Right here. Then under view, you click XML. And then here is the HTML code defining the view. Okay, so thanks everybody for attending this live support session. The next session will come up next Friday. In the meantime, for any question about Odoo, please rely on our support channel on odoo.com/help. I show this to you one more time. odoo.com/help. Of course, for any help, also you can rely on our documentation available at odoo.com as well. You click user guides, and you will have here all documentation for main applications. Okay, so thanks a lot for attending. I hope you enjoyed that session, and see you soon, very soon, and have a good weekend. Bye bye.